Hello everyone, it's Nady, and today we're gonna create a look using only products that I hate. As you stunningly beautiful people know, any tiff you may have, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy, okay? Thank you. Before we get into this shit, I do just want to say this is purely for your entertainment. This is all for fun. I do not want to offend anybody by doing this video. If there's a product on here that you use all the time, that you love, that you adore, but I personally hate it, that is totally okay. I'm not trying to be mean, but we all have different tastes, and that's just kind of the beauty of being human. What I love using, you might completely hate, and what you might hate, I might love. So please know that this is all just for fun. I do also want to add that a lot of these products that I'll be using today, I actually used to fucking adore, but as my makeup stash grew and my experiences changed, so did my opinion of these products. Doesn't necessarily mean they're bad products, but to me, they're just like, eh. Anyways, enough of my rambling horse shit, let's get on into this. First, we'll start by priming this face of mine, and to do that, we're gonna go in with Charlotte Tilbury's Wonder Glow, and this product I actually don't necessarily hate, I just think that for what you get, it's way fucking overpriced. This is basically a little bit of crushed highlighter mixed into a primer and sold for 55 bucks, I mean, and this is tinted, so it can offer a little bit of coverage, but honestly, you would have to use so much of this just to get that coverage, and for the price, it's just not worth it. Honestly, the only time I'll really ever use this is when I'm doing makeup on a client and I want to seem a little bit bougie, but other than that, it's pretty much just in my makeup bin. It does smell really good, though. It has kind of like an old lady florally perfume smell, but I kind of dig that. Next for foundation, we have Pierce Barrettall. This is the shade Light Tan, and I call total bullshit on this because when I put this on, I look like a fucking corn cob. It is so fucking yellow on me, it just looks ridiculous, so I'm actually gonna blend it in with a few Dermablend drops, which I do fucking love this stuff, but this is the lightest shade foundation that I have, and I'm only gonna use like a drop or two of it, so we are cheating a little bit, but we can look past that. Oh my god, this is like diarrhea. Ugh. That seems to have helped a lot. Let's see how it looks on me. Oh my god, that is still really fucking yellow. Ugh. But I don't think it's as bad. I think it just might be a little bit too light for me now. Oh shit, it is too light for me. But in person, it doesn't look that bad. I think it's way more dramatic on camera. I feel like James Charles, which hashtag fucking love him. For concealer, I'm going in with this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. And this is one of those products that I absolutely raved about and fucking loved. But as I've gotten older, I noticed that it really settles in fine lines and wrinkles and creases so badly on me. So unfortunately, this is really no longer on my I love it list. I know a lot of people were comparing it to the consistency and feel of Shape Tape, but I still love my Shape Tape. I mean, it's not the best that I've ever used, but Shape Tape is still better than this, I think. But still, for only being a couple dollars, this concealer is really fucking good, but for some reason, it is just too creasy for me. I am gonna set under my eyes with this RCMA powder. I do not hate this whatsoever. Yes, it's overpriced, but I really haven't come across a translucent powder that I absolutely deplore. So we'll just use this and act like we hate it. To prime my eyes, I'm just gonna use that same concealer, and then I'm also gonna set it with translucent powder just to keep the creasing away. To start with the shadows, I'm going in with this W7 Bronze Queen palette. I did review this, but oh, I fucking hated it. But I'm gonna start by mixing these two colors on a nice fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna kind of rub that all over my entire eyelid. I don't remember what exactly I hated about this palette. I just remember a lot of people telling me that I need to try W7 products, and I tried this, and it just disappointed me. To start on the crease, let's go ahead and take this shadow right here and just kind of blend it out. This will kind of be our base transition colors, but I do want to try to use a couple more palettes for this look today. But using this palette again, you know, truthfully, if you do just create basic looks like a nice nude eye, this would be perfect, and I think it was really fucking cheap. And it seems to blend out nicely-ish. I mean, it is kind of stuck right there and it won't move, but for the most part, I don't know. Okay, I'm done with this. Let's move on to the next palette. This is my unique Moodstruck Addiction 2 palette. I used to love this, but again, as my makeup experiences grew, I just found that I didn't care much for this palette anymore. Like, the color choice here is just kind of on the blah side, and get this, it's almost too pigmented, you know what I mean? Like, even just lightly tapping your brush in and getting all the excess off, it can just go on so heavily and just end up being muddy. But I will try to be extra careful, so I'm gonna take a little bit of Cocky right there, and I'm just gonna tap the shit out of my brush, and we'll ever so lightly just put that right in the crease. Like, see how much darker that made that? And I'm just very, very gently touching. So yay, because the palette would last you a really long fucking time, but it's almost kind of frustrating because it's so inconsistent. And then with a little tiny pencil brush, I'm gonna take a bit of this black, it's called Peppy, and I'm gonna place that right in the crease because I'm gonna go in a minute and cut the crease with concealer. But I'm just gonna place that right here on the crease and then kind of blend it up a little. And if you're doing this, you definitely wanna make sure that that you go above your crease, because when you close your eye, you've got that little hood, so just go over that little hood and it'll open your eyes right the fuck up. Then with some of that Wet n Wild concealer on a flat brush, I'm just gonna cut that crease out. And this part is where you can really get creative. Like, you can go as high as you want and make your eyes as big as you want, but for me, I don't want to make them too big, otherwise I'll start to look like a fucking blow-up doll. This next product that I hate, I got so much fucking shit for. I lost a ton of subscribers that day because it went against what the big beauty gurus who got it for free said. Yes, that is the Fenty Galaxy palette. I've used this thing every fucking way possible. I've used it with a wet brush, I've used it with my fingers, I've used it with glitter glue, and it never seems to work for me without having a shit ton of fallout, which I find very interesting because I'll see people on Instagram using this, raving about it, and when they turn, you can see their face glistening. So I call total bullshit on this palette. I hate it, but we'll use it today. And we will go in with a nice wet flat brush because that's apparently the way to do it. I did notice that there was quite a bit less fallout using wet brush, but it still was not perfect. And I'm just gonna take this purplish color right here on that brush, and we'll start right here on the outer corner. And I am so glad that I put this translucent powder down because already there's fallout down there that totally would have ruined my foundation. But I'm just lightly patting this on and then very gently kind of working it up the crease because the glitter does definitely disappear when you rub it out, so I want some of that purple to go up into the black. Then I re-wet that same brush, and I'm gonna take this nice dark blue right here, and we're gonna place that right on the outer corner, right about here, and then kind of blend it in so that it mixes with the purple. And then let's take a bit of this light blue, and I'm just gonna dab it right here on the inner eye, and then work it out towards the outer eye. And then to kind of highlight the inner eye, we'll take this shadow right here, place it right on the very inner part of the eye. All right, let's go ahead and dust away all that fallout and the powder. That honestly was probably one of the best Fenty experiences that I've ever had. Like, there wasn't a shit ton of fallout, but still there was enough to make me really not want to use this palette again. For the under eye, I'm gonna go back in with that unique black and just start smoking it out. And then with a clean brush, I'm just gonna buff that out even further. On a clean wet flat brush, I'm gonna take a little bit more of this light blue right here, and I'm gonna try placing it right here on the inner tear duct, about a third of the way in on the bottom. It's not really laying down on my skin, it's just kind of sticking on my brush and going on in clumps. One thing that I do notice with this palette though is that the grittiness from this kind of irritates my eye. It's almost like glass, like it's really sharp. For eyeliner, I'm going in with this NYX Epic Ink Liner. For some reason, this just feathers like crazy, but if it didn't, it would be so perfect. But because it does, I really can't stand this thing. Oh, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Okay, we are just gonna leave this the fuck alone because I ain't gonna have an eyelid here pretty soon. For mascara, we have this Givenchy Phenomenize, and I feel like I've talked about this quite a lot on my channel. Some days I love it, some days I hate it, but for the most part, I fucking hate it. And it's not the formula I hate because I think the formula is good. It's this stupid little ball thing, like it's supposed to be all ergonomic and shit, but it's such a pain in my ass. I just wish this formula had a normal wand because honestly, this would probably be one of my favorite mascaras ever. For the lower lashes though, I will admit this little ball thing is banging. Oh, fuck, it feels like there is something stuck in my eyes. I really think it's all the glitter. Oh. For lashes, I honestly don't even own any that I dislike because you kind of shop for the style that you like, so I'm just going in with my normal ones right here. To contour my face a little, I'm just going in with this basic ass concealer collection. This is by Measurable Difference. I think I got this in a boxy charm, but honestly, it's just kind of like, meh. But hopefully it'll do the trick today to kind of chisel out some cheekbones. Yeah, no, not really. Let's go in a little thicker with that shit. Okay, I can see this is not going to take us anywhere. Okay, nope, contouring just is not happening today. So we are moving on to highlighter, and for that I'm using this Kevyn Aucoin Neo Limelight highlighter. In the pan, this looks absolutely stunning. Like, there is no way I would say no to a highlighter that looks like this. However, when I swatch it and put it on, it is pure talc. Like, there is just very little shimmer. It's almost more of a setting powder than an actual highlighter. I don't get it. But I will dip from this darker purple side. Maybe that'll have a difference. I really don't know. All right. Ooh, maybe. Ooh, that's pretty. It's like a nice purpley pink kind of highlighter. Doesn't really match my eyeshadow, but still, it's pretty. But now that I remember it, a big issue that I had with this was the fact that when you turn your face, it doesn't disappear. Like, you just see a big ass white powdery streak. That purple side though, if you have really fair skin would be stunning, but to me, this just looks ridiculous. I'm gonna try to dust a little bit of that off because that's just bugging me. And I think instead for highlighter, I'm gonna go back into this W7 palette and I'm gonna pick this shade right here. It looks like it'd be a shimmer. Maybe that'll be a better highlighter. Fuck yes. A million times better. I'm just gonna try to cover that really expensive Kevin Aquan with this $2 palette. For blush, I'm going in with this Coastal Scents blush palette, and it's not that I really hate these, it's just that they are so fucking pigmented, just like that Unique palette where it's just too much. But I'm gonna try a little dab of that color right here. Like, look at that. That's just from one dab, and I'm gonna dust it off on my hand, and then we can try it. Oh, that's so much, and I don't know how to get it to be any less, but it looks like I've got a sunburn or somebody bitch slapped me across my face. It's just really there. For lips, I'm not really certain how this shade will go with my look, but this is quite possibly my least favorite lip product I've ever used. That is the J. Manuel lipstick, and it just is like bumpy and chunky. It's almost like it didn't get mixed together correctly, or something happened with the temperature. I don't even fucking know, but this shit is messed up. I do really like the color though, but it almost feels like a lip exfoliant, like that gritty feel. And that's such a shame because it really does have a pretty color, but now that I'm tasting it, this kind of has like a rancid flavor to it, so I'm guessing it just went bad. I don't know, but it's always been like this. Oh, that really does not go with this eye look, but I'm just gonna keep it because this is as bad as it gets for me. But here we are with the final look. Is it that great? No, not really, but considering the products that I used, I'm actually kind of proud of myself that I achieved even this. I'm happy with the way the Galaxy palette performed, but I don't know if you can see it or not, but when I turn my head, there's all these little tiny sparkles everywhere, and I just don't like that in a look. I think the thing that really freaks me out with this look is the highlighter. Like, its paleness is just too weird, and like the powderiness, it just is not attractive. But overall, I ain't that mad. Is it that good? No, not really, but it was really fucking fun to create this, so let me know down in the comments below if you like these weird kind of videos that aren't always like testing products. But there you go. Like always, please be sure to hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Nightlife, which does glow in the dark, is available at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest single, One Last Night, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at OfficialNady, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!